Hey, hello, hi. This video is low-key clickbait, but don't click away. Let me dive straight into this mess that was basically Christmas week and New Year's. Not the best news / timing for my prep. So, first of all, just want to say Happy New Year's to everyone. I'm filming this on the 1st of January. It'll probably be up tomorrow on the 2nd, latest the 3rd. I hope everyone had an amazing festive season break, Christmas, holiday, New Year's Eve party. I didn't, but I'll get into that now. So remember the very first prep video that I made for 16 weeks out? I'm currently, as of tomorrow, so basically today, from the 2nd of Jan, I am 13 weeks out for my competition on the 2nd and 3rd of April, or I think it's the 3rd and 4th of April. It's the first week of April, okay? I might be off by a day or two. So, regarding that prep, and that video specifically, or this prep and that video specifically, is that my biggest fear was that we would go back into a lockdown in South Africa, and that has happened. So we have hit our second wave, and on, I think it was the day after Christmas or a few days after Christmas, our government basically said that we are going back into a level 3 lockdown, which is quite a tough one. And if you watch my Instagram stories, you would have seen me having literally a mental break, because in level 3 the gyms are closed. Or previously, when we were in our first lockdown, gyms were completely closed on level 3, and we were going back to level 3, and I was just sitting there like, you have got to be kidding me. I was just mentally in such a bad space, in terms of, I feel like I've primed my body for this prep. This was my leanest off season, even though of the lockdowns and COVID. I was still able to train. Like I said, I had some equipment. A friend allowed me to use some of his equipment, and we actually trained together as well. My diet is on point. My calories are still relatively high for my body composition. I'm doing minimal cardio. I'm losing weight. Everything was just going perfectly, and then that announcement came, and I don't know how to explain it, like the best way to explain it, like, you know, when you lose your phone, or you think you've lost your phone and your stomach just drops. That was me. And like I said, if you watch my Instagram, please follow me on Instagram if you don't. I had a complete just break, and I was like, I've never been in that situation before. And looking back on it, wasn't because of, I've prepped for, like, let's say, sorry, my laptop's making noises. Wasn't that I've prepped, let's say, for the whole 16 weeks and the show was cancelled the day before. I've only been prepping for like 3 weeks, and that to me already was just such like a gut punch. I don't know why it affected me so much. If you follow me on Instagram, I keep saying this, you know what I think about the lockdowns, COVID-19. I have a BSc in molecular biology and biotechnology. So I know a bit more than most when it comes to virology, and I'm not gonna voice my opinion about that on here, because I think YouTube will honestly just delete this video or censor me or shadow ban me. But on Instagram, if you follow me, you know that I really don't care too much about COVID-19, and my opinion on that is pretty clear. So getting back to just that gut punch, sucker punch, I think I felt very like just not in control. And if you've ever prepped, you know that you are in control of everything during your prep. Like nothing is up to someone else. You need to force yourself to go to train, or not force yourself, but you're responsible for your training, you're responsible for your diet. Yes, you can hire a coach and they can tell you what to do, but at the end of the day, you decide what you put in your mouth, you decide how hard you go in your sessions. And just being in that mentality of, okay, I'm in control of my cardio, I'm in control of my diet, I'm in control of how hard I train, what time I train, everything. It's like clockwork when you're on prep. And that announcement was just like, I have no control anymore. So you just had to check on Jasper for 2 seconds. I thought he was crying, but he was just looking for attention. Anyway, so I was saying, being that in control, or just determining exactly what you are able to do in prep. I thrive on that. I'm a person that thrives on routine and just everything being up to myself, and not depending on anyone else. I'm a very independent person. That probably sounds so cheesy. I'm a very independent person. Anyway, I really am. When I say that, I don't like relying on other people. I don't like unnecessary input from other people. Not that I don't like input. I love input from other people, but I find with bodybuilding specifically is that everyone has an opinion, and I'm just like, have you ever competed? Like, what do you... Everyone is like a Gymshark athlete with abs, and I'm like, cool, you have abs, friend, but you look like a stick man. Great. So I feel like the fitness industry, everyone has these opinions, and I'm like, what have you done? Have you ever competed? Like, what are you doing? Like, everyone's like a fitness influencer, and everyone has an opinion, keto this, and... So, I hate unnecessary input, and people infringing on my independence, and that's how this announcement from our government sounded to me like. And I literally sat there, and I was like, wow, I have to completely stop prepping now. This is out of my control. I've done everything perfectly thus far. My weight has dropped. I'm so happy with my conditioning. My diet is still great in terms of like the calories. Obviously it's restrictive in terms of what I can eat, but in terms of calories, I'm still like having lots of carbs compared to previous preps. And I was just like, wow, I was floored, literally floored. And I like made a little poll on my, wait, I can find this. I made a little poll on my story, and I was like, should I keep prepping? Should I just say, well, fuck this? Because you never know what's gonna, how do I find this? Okay. Sorry. I'm being very rude on my phone while I'm trying to record a video. But this is just like an impromptu video. This isn't gonna be like a training video or anything else. This is just where I am mentally during this prep. And I asked, I can't remember what I asked. I asked something about, should I just call it a fucking keep prepping, or negative right now? Yeah, I just said I'm so negative. And yeah, all of you, well, 93%, I don't know if this will focus, I don't know how my camera works. 93% of you just said keep prepping, 7% said stop prepping. I honestly felt like I wanted to just stop, because I'm just, yeah, I was super negative. But luckily, so this level 3 lockdown, the gyms are still able to operate for now. On the 15th of January, there'll be another update. I'm taking it day by day. And this is another thing, I listened to a podcast the other day where you just, during a prep, this specific person on the podcast, I can't remember the podcast name now, just said win the day. Like, just, I'm gonna treat this prep day by day. This is the only thing I can do due to this COVID shit show. That's just basically infringing on everyone's freedom, and just lives in general. Is that I need to take this prep day by day in terms of dieting, in terms of training, hitting my goals, just staying on track. But I also need to take this prep day by day in terms of anything can happen in terms of COVID. I mean, like, the show could be, I shouldn't even put this out there in the universe, like, the show can be cancelled. Like, they can do whatever they want, really. We don't have a say. Our opinions don't matter. They don't listen to any of the experts unless they agree with the experts. So that is just where I need to be, even more than usual for this prep, is win the day, take it day by day. Literally, that's all I can do. I was very negative. I'm feeling a lot better now because the gyms are still open. I can still prep. So I'm feeling a lot better than I was a couple of days ago. So this is just like a mental update for you guys, where I'm at the moment. What happened was the morning after the announcement, I gained 2 kilograms. The next morning I was 2 kilograms heavier because that's just how much I freaked out. My body, obviously, like, it was a traumatic experience for me. My body just completely freaked out. And yeah, that's what happens to me. Like, I retain water really quickly and easily, and that has happened to me, like, when I'm nervous for a show or something. Like, I'm like watery on show day because my body's response to stress is just boop, cortisol up, water retention, boop, up, and then it's game over. So that also just mentally where I need to be. I need to take it day by day. I can't worry about the show not happening or potentially not happening or the gym's closing, because unfortunately I don't have any control over that. Like, previous preps, I had control over everything, obviously. Not that my previous preps were perfect by any stretch of the imagination. It's just that for this prep, it's a bit different. It's not a bit, it's a fuck ton different. And I need to mentally just win the day. That's all I can do. Focus on what I can control right now and just pray that it'll happen. Because if I start stressing, because there's one or two scenarios. I can start stressing and then my body won't respond and I'll be watery and I'll retain water and I'll look like shit. Or I can be like, oh, but the show might not happen. And then I don't push myself as hard as I could have because I'm like, it's probably not going to happen, or it might not happen, or it seems like it's not going to happen. Then I don't push myself as much as I need to. So it's between a rock and a hard place. So I'm telling myself every day that I'm just getting through the day. It sounds very dramatic, but this is where I need to be. I need to be like, I'm going to make it through the day. I can go train today. I can stick to my diet today. I can give it my all for my cardio. I can give it my all for my training session. And I can have control over what time I go to bed, how much sleep I get in. And that's it. I need to take it 24 hours at a time. And I know that there's a few other people also prepping for this show, the iCandy Classic and the Pro Qualifier in April. My advice to you is also just win the day. That's all we can do right now. There's not much more we have control over. We actually have no control over our lives at this stage with COVID. It's frustrating. Well, for me, it was more than frustrating. I literally had a breakdown on my Instagram stories. But I'm feeling a lot better. Also, my weight's normalized again. I'm back to where I was before the announcement. So that's good. And yeah, I just wanted to give you guys, it was a little bit of a clickbait video, but just a little bit of an update of where I am and my mentality for this prep. And this is also like for me to document looking back, because I'm going to try and get my pro card. That's my only goal for this year, like my resolution for this year is to give it my all. If it happens or not, that is out of my control as well. Bodybuilding is a subjective sport, that's why a lot of people don't actually view it as a sport, because you can go up against someone that looks completely different than you and you could beat them or they could beat you. But that's my only resolution for this year, is to give it my all for my pro card, and that's gonna happen in April. And I'm taking it day by day. I'm winning the day, and Jasper is blocking. I don't know what. Anyway, so that's just my little prep update for 13 weeks out. So sorry that this isn't like a training video, or there's no training involved in this little vlog or physique update, but I think it's important for people to know that your mentality for a prep is just as important as your training and your diet. If you're mentally not there, you're not going to make it. And I've been there, where my training's been on point, my diet's been on point, but mentally I was just not there. It doesn't go well. So yeah, that's just a little update from my side, 13 weeks out. Thanks for watching. If you're prepping for the same show as I am, I don't know where it is yet. I think it's up in Johannesburg. I live in Cape Town. So I'll see you there if you are doing the same show as me. Not that I have a huge audience and people, entire South Africa watches my videos, but it would be cool. I'm going to take my camera up, do a little bit of show day vlogging, because the show's going to happen. I'm speaking it into existence. It's going to happen. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Okay, love you. Bye.